Hey everyone, welcome back to the B Studio, and today I'm with a brand new video for you guys. I'm going to be talking about some comics. I'm going to be discussing chapter 1 of Miss Marvel as well as Invincible, volume 1s of each of these comic series. This is very exciting. Yeah, I'm just going to be kind of going in and just taking a small dive into the first chapters. I read both of them and I really enjoyed them. This is just something I'm just kind of now getting into. My dad's read some of the Invincible comic. We've had these books for a long time. With the new Miss Marvel show coming out later this year, I just thought I would kind of get a head start by reading this first comic. I know that there's several of these as well as several of the Invincible comics. As you probably know, I'm watching the Invincible show right now. And hopefully I'll be able to get more reviews of episodes out there soon. Hopefully I'll try to get, I'm not sure when, sorry, my dog's sneezing. Okay, so these comics I think actually work really well together, at least these first chapters. I think that they kind of have this underlying factor that these people are kind of both outsiders and they're trying to fit in, kind of, and how they have to discover their own powers in order to fit in, if that makes any sense. I think that's kind of the theme that I'm seeing here with these books. Miss Marvel. I kind of just thought I would kind of go in and talk about. I'm gonna read this little. I mean, it's kind of long. I'm gonna read the synopsis on here, just so you kind of just so you kind of know. I'm actually instead of reading that, I'm gonna do the shorter version, which is down here. This is what it says. So I'm assuming it's pronounced Kamala or maybe Kamala. I'm just gonna say Kamala. But Kamala Khan just wanted to be normal, and now she gets to be extraordinary. Growing up in Muslim Growing up Muslim in Jersey City isn't easy. For a girl so desperate to fit in, 16-year-old Kamala only ever seems to be the odd one out, with the unusual food rules and strict family. Her only escape is her Avengers fanfiction. Wouldn't it be cool to be like Captain Marvel? So tall and blonde and glamorous, only it's gotta be the classic lightning bolt costume with the thigh-high boots. Then Kamala would feel strong and confident and beautiful, but as her wise old Abu might tell her, be careful what you wish for. When the Terrigan missed to sin, Kamala gets a taste of the costumed life, but it's nothing like she expected. Join Kamala on a journey of self-discovery as she tests her new ability to shrink and begin and morph into ever more marvelous shapes and sizes. She'll learn about her inhuman heritage, gain a teleporting pet dog, encounter her first arch nemesis, and meet the Toad's awesome Wolverine. She'll get her lightning bolt, but there's no way she's getting crime in a leotard. Say hello to the 21st century Marvel superhero. Sorry that was kind of long. I'm sure probably could have been short. I mean, I read it the best that I can. I mean, it's probably better than reading like this whole side thing right here, if you get what I'm talking about. Okay, so yeah, we have this girl named Kamala, and she's kind of different, even though she does kind of have some superpowers, as we were kind of found out at the end. The Avengers come and visit her, kind of ending off chapter 1 on an interesting note. We kind of have that, yeah, she lives in a different type of family, so she has a different, her style, like, growing up has just been different than other people's. We kind of get introduced to that. We kind of get her getting invited to a party, because she's trying to fit in. She gets invited to this party, kind of just dealing with like school troubles, which really reminds me of Mark in the Invincible comic. So then at dinner she gets we also get some Avengers kind of stuff there. We get like this whole page right here that was pretty interesting, and then we get this Avenger, like, no, we get this dinner with her family, and she asks if she can go to this party. She tries to defend herself and saying that she's 16 and that she knows what to do in case she gets in this kind of scenario, but her dad still forbids her from doing it. But then she gets excused to her room, and I thought that the dad was kind of just being dramatic here. I don't know. Or if is it her dad? I'm assuming it's her dad, but I don't know. I don't know. That's very he definitely, I think, overreacted in that sense. He literally yelled at her saying, "You're excused straight to your room and stay there until you find your manners." Except here, they use this picture of him like his food going all over his plate, so you can tell that he's very angry. but she ends up, of course, going to the party because that's just what girls do. So she sneaks out of her window, and then she goes there, and then she gets drunk. Well, more like, I mean, she sips some of this orange juice plus vodka, and then this guy shows up, Bruno, her friend, and he kind of tries to help her out, but she isn't really buying it just because she knows that he'll tell her parents. So then she goes into all this fog, and then she kind of gets swept away, and then she meets the Avengers. So that's very interesting. So then she kind of has these conversations going on, and she's just kind of like going through all this stuff. And then and then everyone kind of disappears, and then they all kind of fight back, kind of, and then the ending we kind of get, to kind of end the chapter off, we get Miss Marvel, the kind of her appearance. So I know that was probably kind of like a boring like summary, but yeah, we pretty much just kind of get her struggling. She wants to become this bigger person with more friends, but her parents are just kind of protecting her, or whatever kind of culture she lives in. I didn't exactly understand that. Overall, this first chapter, I think it sets things up for a very interesting thing. I'm excited to see how the Avengers are kind of connected more into this, and how, she kind of like learns off of them, and how she just slowly starts to develop those powers. So, yeah, overall, I think I would give this first chapter a 9 out of 10. It's really interesting me. I'm excited to read more. Okay, so next up we have Invincible. I'm going to read the back summary here. Continuing the definite collection of what is probably the best superhero comic book in the universe. Mark Grayson is just like most everyone else's age. He's a senior at a normal American high school. He has a crappy part-time job after school and on weekends. He likes girls quite a bit, but quite doesn't understand them. He enjoys hanging out with his friends and sleeping late on Saturdays, at least until the good cartoons come on. The only difference between Mark and everyone else's age is that his father is the most powerful superhero on the planet, and as of late, he seems to be inheriting his father's powers. But that's only the beginning of Mark's problems. Okay. So, yeah, this one sounds a little bit more realistic, just like based on like what I just read. It sounds like it kind of gets more of that realistic vibe than this Miss Marvel thing, which is why I am enjoying this comic better so far. But yeah, we pretty much kind of open up. It's pretty much like how the first episode went, this first chapter. A few differences, because we kind of get Mark practicing his powers. He wants to become this superhero. His dad is all fighting all these battles. At one point, it's just him and his mom. And they have a very interesting relationship. His dad is kind of off, like, defeating this dragon in Taiwan. And then at his after-school job, he's trying to learn how to fly, and then at nighttime he finally is able to go out and he starts flying. And then we also see Mark trying to kind of goes after these bad guys, and his dad catches him. So his dad decides to send him off to this other guy that he knows, and he's going to try to get Mark hooked up with a costume. So it's interesting to see kind of what's going on there, and Mark becoming more and more of a superhero. He gets his orange and yellow outfit, which I think looks pretty funny. This very like lightning kind of thing. I mean, a superhero, I feel like I would rather get like a darker colored like outfit, just because I feel like you would want to blend in if you were trying to fight problems. So then we get Mark picks this fight with a guy at his locker. He gets in a fight there, so that's struggling to go on. And then at the end, we see that Mark these people are robbing a store, and Mark saves them officially, describing himself as the Invincible. Okay. And then that's pretty much just, there's a small image, but pretty much that's what it looks like. So yeah, this first chapter, the ending, we kind of got these people turning into superheroes. It's mainly the same vibe. I'm going to give this one a 9.5 out of 10 just because I'm really enjoying it so far. But Miss Marvel, I think, is good too. But I just prefer this one overall. So anyways, I'm going to get off of here. I want to thank everyone for watching my studio. Like, comment, subscribe, turn on your post notifications so you never miss a video. Thanks for watching, and bye.